Good afternoon. It is Friday, March 15th. Got off work a bit early today. I've basically not worked a full day this first half of the month, like this first pay period, which isn't sustainable, but I've been sick for most of it. And so I'm like, whatever. I can do it right now, but I'm like, I'm gonna have to start working full days here. Oh well. But I'm off early today, and at this point I'm mostly better. I still got a bit of a cough, and it's annoying, but it's not terrible. Idea being at this point, I'm off, I got some time. What do I want to do with my day? And a movie came out today. A movie that looks quite entertaining. 5 Feet Apart. Looks like a nice little, YA romance, young adult romance. And I'm like, at this point I've just accepted that is a genre that I enjoy. So I figured I'd hop in the car and head out to the movies. Check out 5 Feet Apart. And I'll let you know what I think. I loved it. It's been a while since I've actually come to a movie at all. I'm really glad I got out for that. I loved it. Made me cry a lot. I'd say I'll give it 4 out of 5. And crying a lot is not a bad thing for me. I like to cry. I like that emotional release. I enjoy that. So I loved it. And of course, as I talk, I'm gonna spoil the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, then I'd say, if you might at all be interested, then go see it. I mean, it's a young adult romance. It's gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you feel. And I love that. But I know not everyone does. So, yeah, if you don't, I'm not gonna tell you. It's not like this movie's for everyone. No, it's not. This movie's for me, though. I loved it. Story of Stella, Will, and Poe, who all have cystic fibrosis. Will has which is a disease. Everything I know just from the movie, so there's that. It's a disease, basically lung issue. Will has a further bacteria that complicates it. As it is, if they get close to one another, I mean, they could catch some of the bacteria each other have and cause serious issues. His is a particularly bad one. If one of the other patients were to catch it, they lose the chance for new lungs. And it's the story of Will and Stella falling in love. And it deals a lot with death. Because they're people that are born with a disease that is actively killing them. Life is in itself a slow process of dying. They're just doing it a little faster. And so they're very aware that their death is coming. As the story progresses, you find that her sister, who seemed fine and was also very young, died about a year before. And that's tearing her up. After lots of back and forth and sort of, really, they shouldn't try and have a romance. They can't touch. They can't get close to each other. They're supposed to stay at least 6 feet away at all times to avoid catching each other's bacteria, etc. It ends. Poe, Stella's good friend, another patient, dies. She freaks out and kind of gets the decision that she doesn't care. She's been going through her treatments in order to live, but not really living, and so she's just kind of done with it. I don't know. Reckless moment leads her and Will out on a frozen lake, and she almost dies. He has to give her mouth-to-mouth, which is basically, you know, such a high risk that he is going to pass on the bacteria. And this is all happening right after he's found out that she has someone coming in, a donor, someone just died, that she has the opportunity for new lungs. It ends. She didn't get it. But that's still a bittersweet moment there. Because he realizes that she still could. And he walks away. Kind of, you know, just sort of, as we watch this young love blossom, and he walks away from it because it's the right thing, because he cares about her and he doesn't want to kill her. And he's aware that being around her could do so. And so it's coming to that realization. And it's just a lot of emotion back and forth with all of that. I loved it. So a lot of it was about her realization, her thought on realizing how important touch is. I'm a bit of a romantic myself. But, and I'm sure that's a lot of why I love these YA romance stories, is it really scratches that itch. This is definitely more than most, because most of them do. More than most. This just left me so sad that I don't have someone just to hold, to cuddle with, to be close to. I love love. And so I enjoy these sappy, cheesy, whatever, overly romanticized stories of young people. I liked the movie. It made me cry. I don't mind crying. I like to cry. It's an emotional release. It's a high. I like to cry. 5 Feet Apart. It was good. It makes you happy at times. It leaves you really sad and crying. Yeah. Okay. I don't really know what else I'm doing in my day. I don't know if I got any other plans, or I don't have any plans, or if I'm gonna end up with any plans. But yeah. It's been a while since I've seen a movie, and I'm glad I went and saw that. And as I was driving home, I thought of something else I wanted to say about it. Because the leads, the actors portraying Stella and, well, of course, attractive young people. Everything I'm sure I connected with. He's a artist. Then she's there on and off throughout the whole thing, vlogging through her condition. So both of those certainly helped me connect to the characters, I'm sure. There's a scene as they're at the point where they're choosing to you know, sort of go, okay, maybe relationship-ish a bit, despite our limitations. and she expresses sort of vulnerability about how she looks, and she's beautiful. She's got, she's got plugs in her and scars and stuff because of all that she's gone through. And obviously, on her case, it's makeup. But I mean, there's so many people that have that. And I watched that and I'm like, but she's beautiful. But she doesn't see it. And I know I have the same thing because I hate myself for my weight. It's such a sore spot for me. And I'm sure, obviously, there's other people that judge me for it too. But I think about it probably more than most others. It probably bothers me more than just about anyone else. And I know that, but it doesn't help me to move past it. I still hate it. But it just made me think about that. That sort of, despite what it is, I guess insecurity is about the way we look. And that helped me connect to them too. It was well written. It was a good story. I'm still getting all teary-eyed over it. Anyways, I'm home now. Go inside. I'd say try and get on with my day, but I feel like this is just going to keep coming to my mind throughout the day. Otherwise, we'll see. And otherwise, I've been hanging out around the house a bit. Talked to Nick for a while. And Mom. And I've been thinking and bothered to actually, I guess one thing coming from that movie, I just signed up for whatever, be an organ donor. It's a very small part within the film, but but knowing what I know, I'm like, as I'm watching the film, I'm like, that only could happen if there is an organ donor. And I just never bothered to do it. Like they ask you when you get your license, and there's people behind me. I'm just like, nah, whatever. I'm like, just not thinking about it. And then I've never really thought about it since. But I'm like, you know what? While I'm all caught up in the emotion from the movie and such, let's sign up. Let's make sure that happens. It's obviously can save someone's life. And really, it just takes having an emotional connection to some fictional characters to make me want to sit down and actually sign up. But you know what? I'm going to use that fake emotional connection, and I'm going to do some real good, I suppose. Otherwise, the rest of the evening was just spent chilling in front of the computer, watching Twitch and stuff. It's almost 10. I am super tired. But it's the weekend. I don't gotta get up in the morning. Most likely my body will choose to wake me up anyways, because that's like what it does. And at this point, my goal is, I say goal. I am out of the Mucinex, so I am, Mike was nice enough yesterday when they came to work on stuff. He brought enough so that I could have some through the work day today, so I didn't have to, cut it off when I was going to work. But now I'm into weekend, and so I'm going to hopefully be able to get by without it. Hopefully I'm well enough that I don't need it anymore. I just didn't want to, experiment with that. At work. Anyways, I'm tired. Thank you for joining me. Joining as my journey continues. Bye.